shit, yeah, they breath stank. Walk up in the club, dripping like I'm fresh paint. I can see through the facade like an X-ray.
What's going on, fight fans? It's another great day when you love MMA. Welcome back to Mad Matty Fight Talk, episode 5. Let's get into it, man. We got a good one this weekend. April 17th from the UFC Apex Arena. We got Robert Whittaker versus Kelvin Gastelum. This is going to be a straight banger. I can't wait for this fight. It's a pretty evenly matched fight, but they're in different parts of their career now. If I'm looking at it statistically, it looks like a pretty evenly matched fight. So, you know, strikes, significant strikes, 43% Kelvin Gastelum, 40% for Whittaker. I don't know if I'm going to take Gastelum landing that many this fight. I don't think he's going to be able to touch Whittaker as much. Absorb per minute, Whittaker does take a lot of damage, though. He takes about 3.65 absorb significant strikes per round, where Kelvin Gastelum takes 2.92. So that kind of makes a big difference. Gastelum has heavy hands. If he does land, he has the ability to knock people out. But in this fight, I really don't think he's going to have that power. I think that if he wrestles a lot, he might have a better chance of winning. But, you know, significant strikes, he fights a lot of 3-round fights. So you have to take that into account. And he did have that war with Israel Adesanya, so he does have championship experience. But speaking of that fight, if I'm looking at it from my aspects, you know, just as a fan, not a professional here, I don't know. I think he gave his all in that Adesanya fight, and he hasn't really been the same since. He fights a lot more flat-footed. He looks more tired later in the rounds, and that's statistically proven. You know, he fades as the fight goes on. You know, they do win by KO quite often, where Whittaker has the advantage of that, 45% to Gastelum's 41%. It's about even everywhere else. They have, you know, 23, 24% for submissions each. They go to decision, 35% Gastelum, 32%. So that kind of makes a difference a little bit. That means Gastelum might do a little bit more to impress the judges if the fight goes to decision. Whereas Whittaker, usually, you know, he's going for knockdowns. He's a striker. He likes to land heavy. If I had to put my money where my mouth is, you know, I'm going to go for Robert Whittaker in this fight. I think he's going to win in the 3rd round by knockout. I really do. I think Gastelum's going to try and strike with him, and he's going to start losing that battle, which is going to force him to try and take Robert Whittaker down. I don't think that Gastelum's going to be able to do that. I think the 2 wars that Robert Whittaker had with Yoel Romero is going to make a big difference in this fight. Although Kelvin Gastelum's a really tough guy, he's had, you know, some great knockouts, great finishes in the UFC, and he was really hard to deal with earlier in his career. You know, I think he lost a little bit of motivation when he didn't win the belt. Now he's thinking, you know, oh man, I got to grind back to get to that title race, blah, blah, blah. He's thinking that if he beats Whittaker or whoever wins this fight's automatically getting a title shot. I don't think that's the case. I think, you know, the winner of this fight's going to have to fight the winner of, you know, or Vettori, and then maybe we'll see who goes to the title. But I don't think it's just a clear-cut shot, because you also have Paulo Costa lurking in the division and a bunch of other dudes in the top 5, Cannonier and like all these other guys, you know. But as far as this fight goes, I think Robert Whittaker is going to take advantage of the striking. I think he's going to land heavy on Gastelum. I think he's going to find his range before Gastelum finds his range. I just think Gastelum's going to come out and fight flat-footed. I don't bank on Gastelum, you know, fighting a solid fight. His last 2-3 performances weren't really that impressive. He won his last fight by decision. It wasn't the most spectacular win in the world, although a win is a win, and that is what you need to do. It wasn't some, you know, crazy big-name dude. I mean, the guy is on the rise, but I'm just saying, you know, Gastelum, he's not really that impressive at the moment. I just can't put my money on that guy. You know, if I had to go cash versus trash, I'm taking Gastelum. I'm crumpling that dude up, and we're throwing him in the trash. I'm going with Robert Whittaker. I'm putting my money on that guy in this fight. I think Robert Whittaker is going to get the knockout win. If you had to bet on this fight, I would definitely put my money on Whittaker. I think that he has a better chance of getting back to the title quicker and actually beating Adesanya. I don't think Gastelum's ever going to fight the same way he ever fought Adesanya again. I don't think that Gastelum was the best Gastelum we're ever going to see. You know, Calvin's a good fighter, and he has good wrestling. If he can get in and go for the takedowns, it might make it a different fight. If Whittaker has to deal with that the whole fight, that could make a difference. It could, but I also think it would gas Gastelum out. No pun intended, but I'm just saying. if you had to put, cash versus trash Gastelum, bro. Go for Whittaker. I'm telling you. Put your money on Whittaker this fight. He's going to get the KO victory. I don't think it's going to go to decision at all. And if it does go to decision, I think Whittaker is going to do the more damage in the fight to get the victory by decision. And I think it'll be a unanimous decision on Whittaker. I just don't see Gastelum winning this fight. I think Whittaker really is too much to deal with. He has too much experience of success in the ring where he's consistently hurting really top-level dudes. Gastelum was on a losing streak before he won that fight. He's worried about, oh man, if I lose this, I'm probably out of the UFC. And now he's talking about going for the title. I don't think so. I don't think that's going to work out. I don't think that's in the plans. Whittaker wasn't even excited about fighting Adesanya again. If you watch the press conferences and you listen to these guys speak, they asked him, do you want to rematch Adesanya? He's like, that guy's good. That's what and come on, man, you know what I mean? I don't think this is a contender fight. I think that this is just going to be a Robert the Reaper Whittaker ass whooping of Kelvin Gastelum. So cash versus trash, money's down on Whittaker winning this fight. Gastelum's in the trash can already. So you heard it here from Mad Matty first. Check me out. Hit me with the like and subscribe in this video. Hit me in the comments if you disagree. And I'm not saying I don't like Kelvin Gastelum. He's a good fighter. I respect that what he's done in the UFC. He knocked out Bisping, you know what I'm saying? But this fight, nah, bruh.
Haters talking shit, yeah, they breath stank. Walk up in the club dripping like I'm fresh paint. I can see through the facade like an X-ray.